Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tuko Kisumu Mega Plaza, the hour is roughly 10 p.m. Ndani ya Nila Baby Shop on the eve just before its launch. Niko na entrepreneur extraordinaire mwenyewe, Miss Nora Mwendo. Karibu kwa show.
Thank you.
Niambie Miss Nora, wewe ni nani, background yako, a little bit about yourself, personally and as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, my name is Nora Mwendo. I'm a mother for amazing children. I'm a wife, one great man, and I'm an entrepreneur running Nila Baby Shop, where we have 4 branches. The first one is in Nairobi, second one is Mombasa, third one Eldoret, and now this amazing branch over here, Kisumu branch.
Oh, marvelous, yeah. Marvelous. So that totals it to 4 branches?
Yes, 4 branches.
Okay.
Big branches.
And for how long have you been in the business?
4 years now.
4 years?
2018, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So would you tell us a little bit about how you got into the business, how you started, why did you pick this particular venture?
Okay. How did we start Nila Baby Shop? First, the name Nila is my firstborn daughter. So actually picking the name was not a hard thing. So I picked the name from my daughter, that is Nila, my firstborn. And why did I come up with this idea? When I was shopping for her, that was in 2017, I wouldn't get a place where I would shop for my daughter everything that I wanted for her. Like, we just get to a place where I'm able to shop everything that I want for her. Like, it was so hectic because in Nairobi I had to move all the way from, I was staying in Utawala, move all the way to Kamkunji, just get one thing, because in Kamkunji maybe I would just get the basin, maybe go to another place, get one item again. So when you're pregnant, that was so tiring, having to walk from one place to the other. So when I gave birth to her, I thought about, why can't I just come up with something that can help mothers find it easy to shop. So that's why I come up with Nila Baby Shop that is able to give everything that a pregnant mama wants. Speak of everything that a pregnant mother wants. There is everything that you need to wear as a pregnant mom. There is anything that you need for your baby when you're bringing up a baby, both new and Mtumba under one roof. So I just was finding a way of helping mothers. You see, when you're pregnant, you're extremely tired. The day you just realize you're pregnant, you're tired. So having to walk from one area to the other looking for few items to shop for your little one is extremely tedious. That's why I decided to come up with a baby shop that is able to sort mothers. And also when you're breastfeeding, unajua huwezi acha mtoto for a long time ukatafute. It's one thing from one this area, from that area. So that's why I decided to come up with an area where you are able to get everything that you need, both maternity essentials and baby essentials.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So you saw a problem and decided to come up with a solution.
Absolutely.
That's marvelous.
Yes, yes.
Solutions provide more solutions financially. So Miss Mwendo,
yes.
Tupatie work hapa kidogo.
Yes. So this is our Kisumu branch.
Yeah.
And we'll be launching it tomorrow, the 3rd of December 2022. We'll be launching it. It is in Mega Plaza. And I think of all our branches, this happens to be the most beautiful. Of course, where we started is not where we are today. And then we keep improving. Like the next branch that we're opening definitely will be better than this one, because we work on improving everything. So this is the Kisumu branch, like you can see, very, very beautiful. We have done very beautiful interiors by Elite Interiors. That is the guy who has done our interiors for the 4 branches: Nairobi, Mombasa, Eldoret, and this one Kisumu. A very gentle guy called Steve. Will share his contacts over there. Yeah, so this is the beautiful Kisumu branch.
Sawa. Msikia hapo kwa interiors? Kuna plug. Tutawaonyesha.
Yes.
So moving on, Miss Nora, would you tell me a little bit more about you being an entrepreneur and at the same time being a parent and a wife?
Okay.
Juggling in between the two. How do you maintain the balance?
Very tricky. Like I've said, I have 4 children.
Yeah.
And then I have 4 branches. So it's 4 children, 4 branches. So balancing the two is very, very tricky, because you have to be home for the children.
Yeah.
At the same time, you have to be available for a business. You see, business is something that is very personal. For it to succeed, it has to have the honest touch, because you're able to understand what challenges are your clients going through, how can you solve the problem. So you have to be there. So how do I do it? Of course, being there for the business, I try my best to be there for the business, and I also do my best to be a good mother, to strike a balance. This is how I do it. Like for the children, I ensure that I spend most of the time with them. Like when schools are open, of course they'll wake up going to school. So I ensure that I come back a little bit early in the evening so that I'll be able to spend time with them. And then weekends, most of Sundays, I take that chance to spend the whole day with the children. So that is how I find it a little bit easy. For work, like for Nila Baby Shop, to manage the business, I strike on time. I do very early mornings. Like I'm at work at around 5 a.m. in the morning. So by the time it's 8, I have done so much for the business such that, I'll not have to rush now here and there to ensure that I manage the business. So I ensure that because kids, of course, even when I wake up, I'll not be able to spend time with them. So I ensure because business, I'm able to spend time with it. I wake up very early in the morning, like 4. I am awake every day at 4. I don't know how it feels to sleep at 4:30. So I'm always awake at 4. So I wake up at 4. Well, of course, prayers and workout kidogo, and then maybe go to work. At 5, I'm at work. So I'm able to run much of the business during the day. And then it is around after 3. Of course, I know the kids have left school. I'm able to spend time with him. About the wife side, luckily I've had a chance to run this business. It's a family business. I've had a chance to run it with my husband. So sometimes you see even we share an office. We share the same office. So most of the times I wouldn't say it is a challenge balancing the wife duties, because at a job we can decide to go and just have a coffee date. We can decide after work we can just go and have something. So for the wife thing, having in mind that we are working in the same office has not been a challenge. For the children and the business, I've been able to strike a balance with ensuring I do the business in the morning and kids in the evening.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's move a little bit,
okay,
so that the rest of the viewers can
see how beautiful Kisumu is.
Bana.
Extremely beautiful. Extremely beautiful.
Okay.
Extremely beautiful. Yes.
Oh yeah, okay,
Tell
us a little bit.
I tell you about this. This is a nursing pillow.
Okay.
A nursing pillow actually made by our company. This ones we make for ourselves. This is a pillow that helps a mother breastfeed. It is written, "You're incredible." This is our work. We brand it and we also make the pillows. We always try to have that personal touch with our clients. So that's why we have made these beautiful pillows. And we have, like I've said, we have everything that a mother and a child needs. So these are the nursing pillows. We have made them. And the same company that has made this one, it's called Near Creation. It's a sister company to this one. The same one that has made my beautiful suits.
Hey. Okay.
Yes.
So, nimesikia umetaja mothers.
Yes.
Sasa kwa hivyo mimi nikiwa mzazi na mama yuko siwezi nikavaa.
You see, parenthood is not a single thing.
Yeah.
Parenthood is the mommy and daddy coming. Of course, most of the times that I've seen people shop, mommy comes, shops, and daddy settles the bills. Not even in a bad way. We have very responsible fathers out here. Very responsible. Let me tell you, by the way, 90% of our clients come accompanied by their spouses, which is something that I like a lot. Because when you see people are coming to shop, they are happy, and that means happy family. That means the child who is coming will find a place that is happy. So we try to find a way of also appreciating the daddies who come. Like, we have capes for the daddies. We have a sitting area for the daddies who come and shop with us. So fathers come a lot. As a daddy, you're supposed to come, with your wife and shop. And let me tell you, even sometimes the daddies come to shop on their own. They come, unapata tu daddy amekuja shopping for their children. It is incredible.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very well. Shall we move on to another section?
Absolutely. So this is also a section that maybe you've seen.
Yeah.
We have arranged everything depending on inatumika kufanya nini. Kama ni vitu za mtoto warm, ziko mali yake. Kama ni nguo za kuvaa zile za, kuna zile basics kama mittens, socks, kofia, pia ziko mali yake. Kila kitu tumepanga na area yake.
So consortium ya goods ime-spread out vizuri.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
So
like this is our feeding section. Like you can see, this is a feeding section. Everything yenye anataka ya kufeed mtoto, kuna feeding bottles, kuna weaning bowls, yani kila kitu yenye anataka when feeding their children tumeweka hapo. Tumeweka kila kitu so that when you come, you don't have to move from one area to the other looking for what you need. Tumeweka kila kitu where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Nisikia easy mobility, quality products. I believe the services are as marvelous.
Amazing. We are not to have the best customer service, by the way. We are not bragging. Go and see our reviews on Google. Go and see our reviews on Instagram. Go and see our reviews on Facebook. We are known to be the best baby shop that offers perfect customer service. And we're the only baby shop that is able to serve mothers with soda, water, and snacks when they come to shop with us. We are the only baby shop that is able to do that. Because you see a mother who has come tired, just offer them some soda or a bottle of water. They'll be able to refresh as they shop. So our customer service is not even negotiable. It is the best, and that is our goal number 1. Our goal number 1 is customer service.
Not even negotiable.
Customer service lazima ikuwe top. And then there's this area over here, inaitangwa luxury area. Luxury area ni hizi vitu kubwa kubwa kama the strollers, the car seats, the feeding chairs, the baby cots, the baby walkers, the baby rockers. This is the area.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll move on to another question.
Yes, please.
You've already told us about how you came to choose your business, the inspiration for it.
Yes.
And from that I can gather that your target market was expectant mothers,
Yes.
as well as those wenye wako na watoto. So another question I'd like to ask is ukianza, the challenges you faced zilikuwa kama gani na zile zenye una face mpaka wa leo? Not just with the clientele, also with the team, because running a business, being an entrepreneur is not easy.
Yeah.
You work with a number of people, and from time to time it may affect you as a person.
Absolutely. To your question, I will start addressing it in bits because it's a one question that has so many bits in it.
Yeah.
The first one is how I got in and how I have been running it. How I got in is the first challenge that I endured when that during the starting point is that finance, of course, is a challenge to everyone. Even those people are running businesses that are multi-billionaires, they'll tell you finances is a challenge. Like for me, I started with 14,000. I started with only 14,000. You can see how it has grown. Of course, right now, 14,000 is not even this robust.
Wait. All this
I started with
came
14,000.
from 14,000.
Yes, somewhere I started with 14,000.
That's a lot of faith.
Yes. I started with 14,000. And I tell you that 14,000 I was given by my husband. Big up to him.
Okay.
He's very supportive. Big up to him. Yeye alipatia 14,000.
Umemention kwamba mulianza na yeye ndio huwa mko naye ofisi.
We started with him but not working together. Now until now at some point now we started working together, but kitambo we were doing it differently, but he was very supporting. He was supporting financially. He's also the person who was introduced to me to online marketing. I didn't know anything about online marketing. So ideally I would say from the word go we have run it as a couple, yes, but sometimes we were separate ways. Everyone was doing their own things, but we combined effort at some point. So ideally the finances was such a big challenge, but he managed to support me throughout. The first 14,000 I didn't make a lot from it. Then he also topped up to me with a little money, around 100 to 200,000 akanipatia. So that's when we started picking up. After the 14,000 nikaenda Gikomba nikachukua Trompas nikakuja nikauza, but singeuza sana kwa sababu most of it was being consumed by my daughter because that time she was small, so she could make much profit from it. But from the 200,000 at least I was able now to have some good stock, yes, and then the good stock was able to run me for a good time. Lakini nilimake mistake moja. Nilikuja nika rent out a shop that was very expensive that time that I was unable to manage. So vile nilichukua hiyo shop, ilikuwa na goodwill ya 95,000. So kwa hiyo 100 and something thousand nimepewa, already half is gone. So sasa nimeacha nikiteseka na pesa kidogo. But what I did is I decided I'm not going to give up, and also decided I'm not going to let this man who has really supported me down. So nikaingia kwa WhatsApp groups za mothers who are pregnant. Nikaingia kwa hizo WhatsApp groups, nikakuwa able to confuse some mothers. That time, forget about this brand. That time I was hawking these clothes. Literally hawking. Do you know hawking? I was carrying those clothes on my back. Walking, imagine town. Unaweza patana tu na mtu unajua mlikuwa mnafanya degree pamoja. Imagine walking in town. Patana na mtu mlikuwa mnafanya degree pamoja. Sasa wewe umebeba gunia. Do you know how embarrassing it is? Umebeba gunia sasa hiyo, imagine. True story. Okay, there are clients who were shopping with me that time and they're still shopping. They can tell you it is true. I was hawking those clothes literally. Okay, kuzibeba kwa mgongo. Nilikuwa nazibeba kwa mgongo. Napelekea mtu anakataa kuchagua. Imagine, anakataa kuchagua. But that journey that's when I learned the business. Me, I would tell anyone who is doing business, learn through the process. Nilikuja nikazio. Hata sahi, I can do anything for this business. I can hawk them. I can clean because I was doing all that by myself. So I think after sasa nimeanza hiyo online ndio ilinifanya biashara ipik. Online is very fertile. online is very fertile. That is what that is what really helped my business grow, because I would carry those clothes, maybe customer mmoja ameitisha, then akiona ziko mzuri atapigia rafiki yake ako na mimba amwambie kuna mtu anauza nguo mzuri. So that was 2018. That was 2018. In 2019 I closed down.
Okay.
I closed down in 2019. I was pregnant, and then I had something that we call placenta previa. So I was put on complete bed rest. So ideally I couldn't work. So biashara ikaenda chini tena.
Okay.
Yes.
That must have taken a toll on you.
Yes, it must have, because even I remember rent singe afford kulipa rent. So when I got back, nikafukuzwa mali nilikuwa na kwa store. Hiyo nimekwambia ilikuwa na goodwill, nikafukuzwa. Yeah, I couldn't afford the rent, because of course ukishakuwa put on bed rest, that means limited movement to yourself. So nikarudi just before I delivered, 2 months to delivery. At least God had mercy on me, nikapona. God has been amazing, let me tell you. Ukishaona vitu zinafanyika unajua ni miracle. So yes, that was a miracle. So nikapona tu, it's not really kupona. Placenta previa inamaanisha placenta iko chini sana. That's also something that mothers need to be educated on. So sasa ikapanda ukapata iko as bad. So I was able now to move around.
Yeah.
So I went back to the business. Thank God, imagine within 1 month, that was August, I went back in August. Within 1 month, my business blossomed all over again. It blossomed in ways I can't tell. Actually, within 2 months, I employed my first employee. Yes. Within that month, I employed the first employee. So your employee tukafanya na yeye, tukagrow. So I came and delivered my daughter in 21st of November. Year 2019. Sasa 2019 tumetoka 2018 tunakuja 2019. So I said myself, because God you've given me safe delivery, I'm not going to sit down. I left my daughter when she was barely 1 week and went back to work. So when I went back to work, that was of course January 2020. Yes.
You took some very big risks.
I had to. Let me tell you, I had to. I didn't have a choice. Sometimes you see, I had already seen the potential in this business. And I had already seen the little satisfaction that comes with it. So yes, I had to go back.
Just to remind our viewers, this all came from eyeing a problem with having kids. So she decided to put her kid aside, not aside, but to give more attention to the business, so as to give more opportunities to mothers who went through what she went through. Yes. That's marvelous.
Yes. So that time, nikaacha mtoto. Of course, I would maybe work half day and go back. You see, you can never judge a mother thinking that they don't love their children, they don't have time for them. You don't know what they are going through. Please don't judge someone before you know what they are going through. That time, of course, there were financial constraints and I couldn't sit at home. What could I feed the children? Ningewalisha nini nikikaa nyumbani? Unajua unaweza angaliana na watoto wenyewe hivi utawalisha nini? What are you going to feed them? So I went back to work and God was gracious. On 4th January, I never forget. That's the day I went back to work. Okay. In December I was doing home deliveries, but in January I got a shop and then nikaingia hapo.
Okay.
So in January 4th, I'll never forget, 2020. That is the time that my miracle happened. Ushaiuza 20,000 per day. From unajua business haifanyi vizuri, umeuza 20,000 per day, tomorrow that was a miracle. That is when I said myself, I'm not going back to being lazy. So I worked very, very, very hard. Then guess what? Corona hit. Corona happened. But let me also surprise you. Corona was my blessing.
Wait.
Corona was my blessing.
I think...
Is that something I've not told to many people? Corona was a blessing to me. Yes. So it affected my family, of course. Of course, I had people with COVID and but business-wise, Corona was my blessing.
So...
a blessing in this case. Okay, it affected so many people, but for me, it was a blessing.
And at that very time, you were employing more people.
Yes, when Corona happened, mothers were scared of going in congested places.
Yeah.
And my online had also picked. I had an Instagram page, I had a Facebook page that was very active. I was posting all the time.
Okay.
And also my husband is the main marketer. Up to date, by the way, is the main marketer. He was marketing. So online ikashika. Mothers did want to go to Gikomba, Isili, Kamkunji. No, they were scared. So unajua ulikuwa na hizo congested places. And of course they were very sensitive because ukiwa na mimba, ukipata corona, you're not to be treated as much as you should have. So corona ikahit, mimi biashara yangu ika boom. So that I bought the first motorbikes. I had 10 motorbikes. I bought the first motorbike. I employed, within COVID time, I employed 10 people within COVID time. Yes, COVID alone.
While others are losing jobs, you're giving people jobs.
That's what I'm telling you. Corona was a blessing to me. It was a blessing to me, Corona. Yes. So ikanisaidia wamama ukapata saa wataki kwenda those congested places. So they were shopping in my area all the time. So they shopped until now I moved from a single shop, a small size, to 3 shops.
Okay.
Corona period. Yes. Crazy, I know.
I am stupefied.
Yes. So COVID really assisted me. So my business blossomed. So we ran it. The whole of 2020 was very, very good. The whole of 2021 was very, very good. And in 2021 now we managed to open our first branch, Mombasa branch.
Okay.
Yes, business was doing very well. I can't complain. Business was doing very, very, very well. And ikafanya vizuri. We opened in July 29th. We opened our Mombasa branch. Did very well. By the Mombasa peaked the first day. We showed up business in a break even the first day.
Hey.
Yes, it did. That was God.
Amazing.
That was God. So you can break even the first day. Tukakuwa tuko vizuri. Ku break even means you can maybe get a little of what you've invested, not to be in debts and nini.
Yeah.
So you can break even tukakaa. That time we of course we stayed for a long time, but we didn't stay actually for a longer time. That was 2021. So in 2022, the first January, now we opened a Eldoret branch. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Now I'll take you to another topic. More in-house.
Yes. Now we can maybe have a...
Yeah, let's have a seat.
We have a very good area. This is our Mtumba area. We combine both new and Mtumba. And we also have these coaches for our customers. Like you can see, easy coaches. Tunakianga customers to our shop. They shop well seated. We offer comfort. Utmost comfort to our customers. Utmost comfort. When I say utmost comfort, I mean this coach. Some of us don't even have such coaches at home. But we are more comfortable here to ensure the mothers shop comfortably.
I think my viewers will agree with me when I say this has to be one of the most considerate shops I have ever been to. Kudos to you.
Okay, thank you.
Let's have a seat.
Okay.
So, Miss Nora.
Yes.
You have a very different management style in comparison to other entrepreneurs. You have a participative style whereby information trickles from the bottom to the top of the hierarchy and vice versa. How did you come about to pick this style of management, and how fortunate is it to the business?
My management style, I wouldn't say it's the best, but I would say I haven't had a struggle with my business.
Yeah.
Because I've decided to empower the people around me. Actually, you'll never find me hiring. You'll never find me selling. Not because I want to be, because I am a boss. No. You'll never find me doing those basics like hiring, paying salaries. Not because the company has grown, but because I've decided to empower the people around me. Like manager, I have very amazing managers, the branches. Like I have the general manager, Anne, who is very good. I'm sure you've had a chance to meet her.
Yeah.
I have also another Nairobi manager, Ulrika, who is excellent. I have a manager in Mombasa who is Bridget Gesari, totally amazing. I have a manager in Eldoret who is Lena Okoth, totally amazing. I even finish a month without going to either of the branches. Trust me when I don't go on Sales Improve. And also have now this Kisumu branch. I have a Cecilia who is totally amazing. So I have ensured everyone who comes to my space, I empower them. I give them responsibilities. I give them token for doing responsibilities excellently. And then you see, business should never be dependent on you.
Yeah.
You might get sick.
Yeah.
You might be mobile. So I've ensured that I don't make the business dependent on me. Let me tell you, I even go a week without going to the business, but you run better than it runs when I am there, because the people around me are empowered. I have very amazing people. I see people ask, why does she want to employ people with the diploma when kwani nguo zinahitaji diploma? You see, I will never dispute. Education is very, very important.
Yeah.
Even the way people respond to clients, even the way people will deal with your clients, education is key.
Yeah.
So I've ensured also the staff that I get are very educated. When they are learned, they are able to handle even Simple problems. See, a customer make a complaint about breast pump, you have to be called, oh, unajua customer, there are people, you see, when you have gone to school, you are able to solve those simple problems.
Yeah.
You're able to solve those simple problems. So my management, I love and empower, and I have an amazing team. Let me tell you some. I have an amazing team. From the manager all the way to the person who does our cooking, because we cook at work.
Yeah.
Totally amazing people. Mimi, I would say, Nila Baby Shop, I would never take any credit. Let my people take the credit. They're the people who toil day and night to ensure Nila grows. So my people are the best, and I also try my best as their leader to ensure that I appreciate their efforts. And of course, you don't pay people below their efforts. So you just appreciate them and be friendly to your people. They're human.
Yeah.
And let me tell you anything can happen. Today I can be a boss. Tomorrow I am a servant. Treat people with dignity. And the energy that you give your employees is the energy that they give to your clients. 100%. If you treat them badly, trust me, your clients will be treated badly. Badly.
Yeah.
And if you treat them well, you'll be surprised by the kindness and the love that they will pass to your clients. So that is my secret with management. Treat you you see, for me, I hear people saying, oh, a customer is very important. Yes, their customers are very important. I don't dispute that. But the person who handles your customers is more important than even the stock that you have. You can have all this stock. You've seen how much we have stocked. This stock has costed a lot of money. Yes, you can have all this. But with this person who is attending to the clients, utafanya nini?
Kuna kitu. Biashara itasimama.
Of course. So the way you treat your employees is exactly how they are going to treat your clients.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Let me move on to another question.
Yes.
But I'm about to get a bit more personal. Nimesikia initially umetaja.
I try to keep the life private, but ni sawa. I try to answer to the best of my knowledge.
Kwa leo atatupatia exclusive information.
No problem. Okay.
So nimesikia ukitaja you're a degree holder.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing a bit more on that?
I've got to school. I got on university from 2012 to 2015.
Nakuru?
Yes.
Main campus?
Yes, did food science and technology.
Food science and technology?
Yes.
Na sasa hivi uko hapo unapiga biashara. Unauza mtumba na mpya.
Nauza mtumba. Proudly.
Okay.
Yes. And I actually think if I ever to pursue a different line in life, I would never do anything outside business. Yeah, whether there's money or not, there's satisfaction that comes with giving a solution to a problem.
So it's not just about the money.
Money is the last thing that you think about when you imagine when you think about money first, your business can never succeed. Think about satisfaction first. There are times. Okay, let me give you an example. A customer comes to my shop, shops 100 shillings, which is that is money. I didn't have it before when I left home in the morning. Shops 100 shillings. Okay, that customer gets a soda worth 30 shillings. That's not even the profit of the coffee, the 100 shillings thing that he has bought. But you know what? The satisfaction that this client was able to be served in our space and get satisfied, that is enough. Money is the last thing. Let me tell you some. To be honest, you see people will say, oh, money is the factor. Money is not the factor. Money is what comes after every challenge has been met. Money is what comes after you've given customer satisfaction. Money is my last thing.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'll take you on to a different question.
Yes.
You've mentioned miracles. You seem to be a very spiritual person, and you hold that card close to your heart. On top of that, being as spiritual as you are, you've mentioned family. You're very big on family. You've emphasized on family within the workplace and at home. So tell me a little bit more as to how your association with family relates to your customers and clientele.
First, I want to handle about matters about spirituality and everything. I'm a Christian, and I'm a product of God's grace, and I'm never ashamed to say that. Mimi, okay, how many people work even harder than I work? So many, and they haven't achieved what I have. Okay, I haven't achieved much, but they are not where we are today. There are people who started business with them in 2018, closed down. Started another one, maybe they closed down. For me, God has been gracious that His branches we open after branch. So I would say, Mimi, relationship yangu na God is very personal. I don't judge anyone for whatever it is that they trust in. If your business, you know it will blossom on whatever it is that you trust in is sour. For me, I trust in God, and I'm a believer in God. I've been raised in a Christian way, and I'm also trying to raise my kids in a Christian way. My mother is a pastor, by the way. So Mimi and Christianity and business, I have just grown up knowing that everything we are helped by God, and I can never change anything about it. But then you see people maybe grow up wanaanza kusema without God I can never doubt God. Can never doubt God. God has been gracious. Sometimes tunamkanga hivi, you don't know what has happened. Like this branch over here, I can tell you this is miracle number 1. Who has ever planned such a mega branch in 2 months? This branch, we have only planned for 2 months, and I can never even tell you how much this one has costed. And leave alone that these interiors alone can take, a lot of time and everything. But I can never dispute God. Hii ni God. Saa mimi ni God. Mimi ni mtoto wa God. Let people decide what they decide with Christianity, but personally I love God. I am a product of prayer. We make a prayer every morning, and even in our company, we have a prayer day. Wednesdays yes. You see, whatever it is that I trust, I may not force it on people, but this is a company that is maybe owned by people trusting God. Of course we have Muslims who we have let them be, but we just have that moment to worship together, and maybe kuna wale pia wanaabudu Mungu, unajua si kila mtu, it's not a must, but we have left it open. So me, I'm a product of prayer, and I love God. I love God, and I love prayer, and I'm trying to raise my children in that way, to love God and to love prayer. Prayer is everything. Prayer is everything. Okay. I saw someone saying, oh, you are overdoing God. You can never overdo God. You can never. Yes. So also with family and everything, my family and business, like my children are our models. You'll see them on social media modeling and doing what and what. But we try to keep a boundary for business and for family. Sometimes we'll allow them to know about the business in future, but at the meantime, let them grow to what they want.
Let them go to school.
Yes, let the kids be kids. But there's no way I'm going to hire a model, pay them when I have my children who are beautiful, handsome, and whatever it is, the image that they have been created through by God, they are able to do that work. So we run as a family. Like I've said, my husband is the marketer. A very good marketer. Everyone keeps asking, who does marketing for Nila? Okay. He's the one, yes.
Habari mmesikia? Marketing inatoka wapi? So, moving on.
Yes.
Your company's impact on society. For instance, recently, saizi, with this launch, I understand your company has a partnership with Aga Khan, the Aga Khan Hospital, Kisumu. Would you tell us a little bit more about that?
Impact on society about my business, about our business, because it is ours. Me and my employees own this business. They know. They know what a profit ikikuja tunashare. So we are trying to create more employment. That's why we are so happy that we have created employment for 60 people. We had 60 employees as at today, minus whoever we are going to employ in Kisumu. So we are at 60 already. So the level of unemployment in our country is too high. So just trying to create employment for 1-2 people makes a very good impact in the society. And then also our partnership with Aga Khan Hospital, it is purely on charity. On charity, I mean them wanting to give back to mothers and the children, and that's appreciating that they have wanted to partnership with us, and we appreciate the mothers. So we are having the free scan, the free Lamaze classes that are very important, that kufunza mother how to deal with labor and those things, peer nutrition and pediatrician. So it's absolutely great to giving back to the society.
Wonderful,
yes,
wonderful.
Yes.
So these services, they can access them tomorrow?
Yes, free.
Free?
Yes, absolutely. No coin.
Hey.
Yes.
Kweli.
Yes.
Now I'll move on to the last question.
Yes.
For the night, risk management.
Before
you go, I'm sorry for the interruption.
No
before
problem.
you go, I'd like you to focus mainly on fear. Running a risk involves a lot of fear. So how do you overcome that fear?
Everyone will have fear. Even opening this branch is fear. As in, there was fear. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if this happens? But for risk management, I would say focus more on the positive side, and be ready for the negative side. That is my slogan.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this business to sell tomorrow.
Yeah.
But even if it doesn't sell, I know eventually it will sell. So I'm a very positive person, by the way, very, very positive. That even when we come with you today, I see you on the positive side. Everything that I see it on the positive side. And focusing on the positive side is very, very important. And also there's a factor of things happening the way you didn't expect. Please don't give up. Please don't give up. No kingdom was built one day. It is a process. It is a process. There are days we have failed. You see people look at Nila out there and think we have never failed. There are moments we have failed terribly. But we'll not let you know.
Siku zingine zinakauka.
There are times you have planted branches and they don't happen. There are times you have planted branches and they don't happen. But we give up? No. So my parting shot for everyone is don't give up. And if you're running business, challenges will be there, just like a normal life. Sasa uko na challenges. Na ufanye kwa biashara, uko biashara.
Siko biashara.
So there are challenges in life. Just face them head on. Face them head on. And mimi unajua watu wasiseme niko more Christian. Mimi I take everything to God in prayer.
Yeah.
Take everything to God in prayer. Nothing else.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, Sam. That has been amazing. You're great.
Thank
You're
you.
a great man. Yeah, you're a great man. I'm looking forward to more interviews with you. That was a great one.
We'll surely plan a few.
No problem.
Before we leave, tell the people how they can reach you, your social media platforms. I understand you have a website as well.
Yes.
And Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. You heard it from the horse's mouth.
Mr. Cameraman. Please focus on this foot. It is Buy Kenya,
Build Kenya.
This is from Kenya. Imagine everything, including the shirt, the trouser, my ascot. Everything is Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. But it's from Near Creation. Near Creation is our sister company. Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. We are on social media. We are on Instagram. Site naelekea 90,000. We are on Instagram at Nila Baby Shop. We are on Facebook at Nila Baby Shop. TikTok at Nila Baby Shop. And we also have our website www.nilashop.co.ke.
I heard that if you order via the website, you get free deliveries.
Yes.
Absolutely free deliveries. In which economy?
Imagine.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you for
Ms.
having
Nora
me.
Mwendo.
Thank you for having me.
Lovely viewers, that's it.